A good one.
With the killer session you had here, that puts us back in the lead.
You mean that puts us back in the lead, bro? Since you and I are the newest pros, we getting traded. Thanks for the points, homie. Huh?
No biggie, man. Our team is solid now. You, me, Costin, Paulie.
Mi grande chorizo es el jefe, mamacita.
Next up, Berlin. You just knock it out there and we're chilling.
Hey yo, check it out, we're on TV.
Some are calling it the biggest underground sporting event in history. The world's top skaters are going head-to-head in an unprecedented competition. European World News obtained this video earlier today.
Come on.
This bull's hung like a bull.
Shh. Don't be so loud, you wake the fat boy up. It's gonna be so good. How do you like that, fat boy?
It's like the word's out, boys. This thing is no longer just between us.
We have any chance of shaking this buzz. We best be Germany bound.
All right, Berlin. Now that we ditched that deadweight Sparrow, we're gonna kick some ass. Me and Paulie will be around, you just gotta find us. When you're ready to move on, go see Fat Boy Phil.
On to the part of Fuck 2. This time, we're in Berlin now. And as you can see, we're just going straight into it. Not talking before the fucking beginning of this because, well, all I was going to show was the cutscene anyway, so yeah.
Hell yeah, time to shred it up.
And here we got Bam. He's got a few objectives for us as well, including the Natas Spin, which we're going to learn once again. We're actually going to properly hear the Natas Spin instructions this time, though, so get ready for that. However, as you can kind of tell, we also have the grinding barf. This is a special that Bam has, where he just, like, barfs. That's it.
Hey, hold up! What did you eat?
And yeah, there's a lot of lines in this one. Just get ready for it. Hang on. Octoliba. Here we go.
Hey, what's up? Sure, I'll show you an old school trick. It's my signature move, the Natas Spin. To do it, ollie onto a pole or fire hydrant, spin, and keep your balance.
That's it. That's the instructions. That's how you do the Natas Spin. So, yeah, just a reminder, the Natas Spin does exist, and it is a thing that is going to be around in a few of the games, but for the most part, it's only situational for doing missions, and outside of that, you're never really going to use the Natas Spin. It's just kind of worthless. However, there is a stat point we'll need to get, and it requires us to actually do the Natas Spin a few times, so let's go ahead and do that, shall we? Just gotta make sure I do it correctly, so, you know. I mean, we can also keep doing Natas Spins for as long as we want. I mean, it does count as a spin, so, you know. Alright, here we go. So, I gotta do it at least about 3 or 4 times. Like 4 or 5 times at least. There we go, 5 times. Alright, so there you go. So with that, we now just have to worry about the other stats, because now we gotta do them, which is 3 million and 100 trick combo. And 3 million points isn't that bad. The 100 trick combo is the real nightmare to me. Also, sax player.
I will play the sax for you.
So it's not a sax, it's a fucking, you know. Anyway, we gotta take care of these tobacco dispensers, and also taking care of these words. Get the owned gap. You know, because Berlin gets owned. And afterwards, we then have to go ahead and knock down that sign, and then knock down some shit here in order for us to use it for grinding, because they unfortunately get in the way of making a jump happen. So yeah, and you want to make sure to get rid of them for the Pro Tour. As you can see, I unfortunately failed because that got in the way. Hey, now I'm going to do it proper, and with this, just got to make sure to jump down over here, get into the Galleria, and, yeah, then I'm going to grind up to those, rails up there, and then let's trick that sign, and that's it. Except the game bails me, because the game does not want to land there properly, because there's a fucking bump there, and it's stupid. Anyway, ledge hop. And also, I'm going to go ahead and actually land that so I can get the 3rd tier. There you go. And with that out of the way, there's something else you might as well notice, and that is the graffiti guy here.
help you team out. Let's head down and talk.
Yep.
So many walls, so little time.
And he has double fisting, as well as the fact he can now bring out the spat and the big billboard. And also has the objective requirement us to throw shit at 5 people. And also a place we got a tag that is specific for him. I'll get to that later. But right now, tourist line. All you gotta do is just grind a whole bunch of shit around here and you'll be fine. You know. It'll end with an acid drop, by the way, so get ready for that. Here we go. And that's the wall drop. And with that, we can now move on to not only destroying the last of the smoking ones, stop kids from smoking, but also begin the arcade machine, which is 400,000 points. So let's begin, shall we? So, this one isn't that bad, except, you know, it's kind of easy to get yourself fucked. And also the game just wants to lag there for some reason on me. There are a few ways to get screwed over in this, and it can really come down to some shitty factors like that grind up there with the sign for owned. If you do a little trick there, you're fucked. Unless you get off your board, obviously. And other things like being the balancing of your board, you know, I get used to balancing and all of that. And also, there's a few ways to get off the map, essentially, including one that's very easy to get off the map, and it's over where that fucking line was, where the bar is. All these have barriers, so it's easy to avoid going out of bounds with them, but that area does not have any barriers to it, so you can accidentally just, like, jump right out of bounds without even noticing. And hey, I got the score done in one combo. As it should be.
That fish could swallow me. I bet if you hit the glass hard enough.
Yeah, sure thing, man. Let me go ahead and do that for you. Only time you ever appear, by the way. I mean, you appear in fucking Kyoto, but you never really appear in the actual game on PC and such, just in PSP. And hey, now we got the arcade machine done. We brought that glass. We can now move on forward to getting some more gaps done, like hitting the pipe, a lip trick in that blue pipe there. And how about sticker slapping the sign here in order to get the smack my bitch up? And I don't remember if that one's like a Chinese fucking, like a Korean sign guy there or whatever, but it is supposed to be a military personnel. Also, spawn transfer into these, you know, bits here for in and out of church. And do these spawn transfers for Natas Spin, Natas Hit. And, yeah, outside of all of that, you might have noticed there were 2 spats, one on the church and one right here in the corner. Take care of them. After that, just, you know, go ahead and explore about. There are a few grind spats you can take care of, but they're kind of pointless. And, you know, there's also the church, which, there is an objective, which is to destroy this wall here. So let's do that by slapping the wall twice. And we have a broken curse. And hey, we now have telling us that Sparrow just not blindside, you know, 900 and took out an entire polka band on pretty much killed somebody apparently. So that's great. I'm glad he's doing just fine. You know, I'm glad Sparrow is still a piece of shit.
Hey, we'll talk to you.
And yeah, in case you're wondering, you want to get some speed, get some air, and then just grab this ladder for ladder skills.
Hey, come over here.
And you might notice that there's the wall right here, but if I tag as my character or any other character, it doesn't actually do anything. That's because only the tagger character can do something to that wall. So, you know, we do have to come back here with the tagger character. But right now, we're at the top, and there's no real use to going up here, so I don't care what he says. Let's just leave and, you know, do some more objectives, like, for instance, this one right here requiring us to destroy that line to get rid of the inliners, because inliners suck, apparently, even though aggressive inline exists. Anyway, after that, set our board on fire by using that pipe there, and then jump over these guys' heads to make their heads go on fire. And with that, we can essentially just wreck their shit. Just make sure not to go into that puddle I made there, because that can take out your water, your fire. There's the last guy. I pretty much get him before I end up running out of time with the fire. Look at that. Just on time. And hey, you know, there's also this, which does work, even though the jump there didn't want to work instead. You can boost up, acid drop, and then sometimes the speed just stops for no reason. You do have to transfer over that and do like an airwalk. But right now I'm going to take care of some stuff, like the spat stuff, which are right here, including the very obvious one. Grab some paint cans, and then start throwing them at these taggers that are around, because it's part of the thing. That's one tagger. There's another tagger right over here. The next tagger happens to be up here, just go to your right, and yeah, there he is. Simple as. Okay, let's move on forward, because next tagger is right over here. You can climb up there normally with the wall climbing and such. And after that, the last one's right over here on the church wall. That's Paint Bomber. Now get rid of those paint cans, you don't need them anymore. Okay, so after that, we're just going to go ahead and just, you know, get some points done here, because one of the objectives here is to get, I believe, a 400,000 point combo in here, like a 300, 400,000 point combo inside the church, which, you know, isn't that bad. It's much smaller in, like, you know, other difficulties, but in sick, it is just like, you know, get about 400,000, you're fine. Oh, by the way, here's Paulie. That's our special guest.
Bring on the Fraulein.
So yeah, we got the Berlin 2, we got the wheeling combo, skills on wheels, and the team challenge. And the team challenge is actually interesting here because it's actual different challenges for people. We have a manual from one set of cones to the other. Paulie must go around the circle for 10 seconds, and we must get a 5,000 point air combo inside the church. So, first of all, we're going to get rid of Paulie, so let's just go ahead and grind this, which is pretty much the easiest of the three. No one toils on this one at all. You'll get this done easily. It'll be the first one you get done. After that will be BAM, which you want to get some speed and then learn to balance your manual good. Which, you know, with all the experience I got of these games, I will handle that no problem. And there you go. As for the third one, we'll do that later on, but right now I'm going to go ahead and try to actually get some fucking points. Now, here's the thing about Paulie that's interesting, and it is when it comes to the grinds, because he doesn't get many points with any of his tricks, but he can get a lot of points if you decide to do any of your grind specials, like the, you know, the Franklin grind and such, on any grind as Paulie, and it'll work. It'll count as a chair grind or a chair hop, but it will still, you know, act like, you know, give the sound effects and whatnot of the special that you actually have for grinds and whatnot. So you want to use that, you want to get the combo done, because the combo is like 125,000 points as Paulie. Also, do a sit flip, and then acid drop down there from there for that one. And after that, we gotta escape this line here. You know? The Berlin line. A little awkward. You can make it through in one combo if you got the speed for it, but I didn't, so whatever. After that, you want to go ahead and just, you know, take care of this bit. Remember, you have to do a fucking, like, you know, rocket air in order to get there. And there you go. Disrupt communication. And we've killed the city now, but we're not done yet, because we still have some points to get. What's next? How about this? We're going to go ahead and do a nice little bit of air combo here, and we'll get team challenge done. You know, easy one to get done because of all the speed. Next up, you want to make sure to get a combo going a little bit from a manual and such before you go ahead and get on focus, in which you're going to have to find a way to then land about, you know, 100,000 points in a clean focus combo. So, you know, do a spin, land it clean, make sure you're focused, and that's it. This is how I did this. You can do it anywhere else you want. This is how I like to do it, though. Anyway, I'm not going to be the tagger because the tagger can only be it's the only one that can actually affect this wall here. And here's the thing. If you can find the seam of where there are, like, two connected, you can get this done much faster by taking care of two at one spot. But, I did not memorize that shit at all, so unfortunately, I go one by one. But once you get that done, an area is unlocked for you and tagger skills is done. I don't know why a fucking, you know, nightclub is now unlocked for us by doing that, but it is. But the good news is that, you know, this entire level has had no destruction. No problems at all, really. Wait, what's this grind here? Yeah, of course they couldn't hold back with Berlin, and now this bar is open to us in the worst way possible. So, yeah, there is destruction in Berlin, but it's an entirely optional destruction thing. It's not like, you know, one other level that we did, which was Barcelona. It's like Berlin instead, where the destruction really is just an optional thing. You know what else is destructible? The fact that this DJ here is just so loud, he can make something happen in this room. You see how it's all glass and there's kind of a bunch of Deadmore characters a bit? Well, let's talk to him, shall we? Let's see if we can, you know, get some music from him. He just starts breaking the glass of his music, and we can go ahead and finish the job for him, too. Anyway, we're actually going to go ahead and sort of end our goals anyway, because all we have left, by the way, Car Hop, is to essentially just, you know, hit that big billboard. So after making a big jump there, we're going to go ahead and take care of that by hanging on the billboard. And that's it. That is every goal done. We ruled the city. So we can leave, right? Well, no, and I'm not even gonna read his joke. Instead, we're gonna take care of all the gaps here, because there's a lot of gaps. But not only that, we're gonna end the fucking stat point monster. So first of all, let's go ahead and take care of this lip trick shit here, which is level 1, 2, and 3, which requires you to get some height lip trick in these 3 balconies here. The third one you'll need some speed and height for, so go ahead and use that jump use for Paulie in order to get the height and speed you need in order to get level 3. After that, you want to go ahead and just, you know, take care of, you know, this little drop-off lip here from this area. Afterwards, you want to go ahead and just grind from up here, get some, you know, speed going on, some build-up, then make a kicker off this to make an acid drop down to the church in order to get the church drop. Afterwards, you want to go ahead and just notice that I'm now doing the stunt thing with the the trick combo thing with 75 trick combo right off the bat. Because now it's time to show the stats. So this was an attempt before where I got that stat point, and I'm going to show me getting that. And I got close, as you can tell. But the way that I ended up getting this is going to be different to how you'll get it, probably. Like, people have been telling me to use the church walls and such to stick and slap back and forth with grinds, but I never got that to work because the walls are so wonky and weird that my guy just kind of stick and slaps in weird places and doesn't actually continue the grind proper. So how I did it was, I just decided to be a master at the grind and the manual at the same time, as well as focus timing at the right possible moments of when I have an 80-point fucking combo. And by the way, you might have noticed that on the 75, I only got the 75-point trick when I hit 75 on the number, as you saw 50 and all of that. That's going to be the same for this one. I had to make sure to get a shit ton of tricks done with the grind, and then add it all up in the end with the manual. And I gotta do it fast, because focus does not last that long. So, yeah, I managed here, but it took me many attempts, and I hate this stat point so fucking much. But once you got it done, you got it done. And as for 3 million, you don't even need 100 tricks in order to get the fucking million done. All you need is a special trick of the grind. And then you hold that until you have 100,000 points on your combo. After that, you just get a 3 trick combo and you're done. It's so much easier than the fucking trick combo one. So yeah, I could handle this no problem. But it really is the fucking trick combo with 100 of them that is one of the true nightmares. Alongside the flips, alongside the grabs, those 3 stat points fucking suck! But at the very least, once you have those done, the rest is really not that hard, really not that much of a problem, honestly. You'll make it through the rest of these if you have, you know, some moderate skill at the game. It's just those 3 stat points are gonna fucking test ya. And they're gonna test you so fucking bad. I hate them. I really do. But we're done now. You know what else we'll be done with? we're gonna be done at Berlin's Gap, because next up, do a transfer here with the vent transfer, and do a transfer over this bigger transfer here between these two kickers, and we'll get rooftop transfer. Afterwards, you want to go ahead and just, you know, ash up down here and lip trick onto this fucking spot for Extreme Church Lip. Just make sure to get your aim right. Afterwards, you want to go ahead and do some spine transfers in and out of here for the Galleria Spine down and Galleria Spine up. Your next thing to do right now is to acknowledge the dick joke. Okay, next up, we're going to go ahead and do a hip transfer here in order to get the wall hip. And afterwards, we're just going to go ahead and do some, you know, transfers here of 2 grinds for over the pipe hop. Afterwards, here's a gap that should have been a gap. And now we're going to go ahead and take care of the gold lips. The gold lips are just the same thing as, you know, the fucking upper lip things, which is 1, 2, and 3. And of course, you have the speed for the third one, so, you know, do an acid drop from above and then, you know, get that one, no problem. Afterwards, you want to go ahead and manual down and up this slope here in order to get the fountain manual down and the fountain manual up. Pretty simple and explanatory, honestly. Use the spacewalk to get up if you're starting to slow down really too slow. Afterwards, use this 2 grinds here, back and forth for rail to ledge and ledge to rail. Simple as, honestly. Easiest one to do it on. Afterwards, you want to go ahead and do these 2 grinds with rail hop. You can find some other spot for rail hop, but there you go. Afterwards, you want to go ahead and then do these 2 grinds here for bound escape. Make sure to hold right when you jump off that first rail. Afterwards, you want to go ahead and just do a transfer here for checkpoint transfer. Simple as. Then, let's trick the wire here for wire lip, and then use the kicker from the garden here, and then grind the wire from here for the wire pop. After you've done that, go ahead and just, you know, grind the bench, the ledge, and then the ledge to the bench. You know, 2 simple gats for you to pull off. Afterwards, you want to go ahead and just take care of lip trick in this high spot here for the high lip. And then after you're done with that, you want to go ahead and lip trick the Osfart lip. Because Osfart. Asfart. Anyway, let's trick either the blue or the pink rails here for art lip. And then afterwards, you want to go ahead and lip trick the church for low church lip. After you're done that, go ahead and do a big transfer from up in that building down below to Osfart in order to get the Osfart drop. And then do a spine transfer from that building down below for the backdoor drop. Once you've taken care of that, go ahead and grind this spot here. Then grind the Galleria to the Galleria. There you go. And then, after you've done that, go ahead and make a nice little transfer into the building for the art drop. And lastly, you want to make sure to lip trick this spot here for on and lip. Make sure to grind on the bench here for the middle because anywhere else doesn't really register. It's kind of awkward. It doesn't register from there. Keep doing it over and over again until it does. You'll eventually get it. And there you go. That's all the gats of Berlin. And that's also all the stats of the game. So, that nightmare's taken care of, and we are pretty much doing fairly well, getting fairly close to the game now. I believe we're at the halfway point in story mode, in fact. So, next time, we could be going forward back to the PSP version and continuing the cycle, but we're not going to do that. Because the PSP version, this and Kyoto, they're both just linking right back to this, to my home country, Australia. So, instead, next time we'll continue from the PC version, in which we're going to be going to Australia. Oh, that's spelling mistake. I'll see you then.